Thanks for joining us, folks, as we look forward to the Duthie Cup final. I'm going to talk to both skippers and firstly the home team, Pukekohe Metro. Cameron Hardwick is the captain of the Pukekohe Metro side. They come into this final having won all 5 of their round-robin games and winning the right to host the final. Cameron, thanks for your time, mate. We'll start with the T20 competition. You probably don't want to talk about that, the Indolinch T20 comp. Didn't go quite so well for you guys. I presume pretty hard, to start. It was really early season. First day, a couple of losses, pretty hard to come back from that. So a little bit of lack of motivation and maybe trying some things that would help in the latter part of the season through that competition, was it?
Yeah, hey, thanks for having me on, mate. That first day really put us on the back foot, I think. And going forward, the motivation probably wasn't there. We look back on it and we were highly disappointed in what happened, obviously. And moving forward, we set focus back onto the Duthie Cup, obviously, and put all our weight and gold into that for the meantime. So we're pretty happy with where we are at the moment. Brushed the 2020 aside, but yeah, we're looking good.
Yeah, I mean, as I say, obviously normal service resumed once you got into that one-day competition. You had a terrific summer last year where you sort of swept everything before you, and again, 5 from 5 through the Duthie Cup round robin says that you guys are well and truly on track there. What's the key to sort of taking it to that next step and getting it right where it counts? You've obviously got a track record of doing that in recent times. So the final on Saturday, obviously it all comes down to that. So whatever happened through the round robin becomes irrelevant. You guys are well set and well versed in big games, aren't you?
Yeah, we've got quite a lot of experience there. That a lot of the boys have experienced a lot of big games, and that's a big key as well. And the boys just, we desire to win. We get around each other and the want there, and it's on our home ground as well. Hopefully a few boys come out, the weather comes good, and the Pukekohe locals come out to watch the boys, and we hopefully put on a good performance.
Yeah, I mean, let's touch on that because you are blessed for choice in terms of talent at your disposal if everyone's available. What does it sort of look like this week? You've obviously got a number of rep players, guys that have played at higher levels this year. You've got match winners from top to bottom through that lineup. It's going to be very hard for the opposition to try and make sure they keep everyone quiet. What's your roster sort of looking like? Have you got everyone available?
Yeah, obviously it's probably the two boys. Karaka and Brett Popley out due to rep duties, but other than that, we've got a full repertoire of players. So yeah, hopefully they all come out, and like you said, it's quite good that I can put a hand on anyone's shoulder and get them to step up at any time. They're all willing to want to step up in those big moments, so it's quite key as well.
I mean, does that in itself become a bit of a challenge managing the team selection, because you've had a number of players that have helped you get to this point? Unfortunately, there's going to be some that aren't able to take the field. That in itself becomes a bit of an issue, presumably.
Yeah, you've got to ask the hard questions sometimes, yeah, and you got to, obviously some boys are going to miss out, but just comes down to the boys that have been performing, it really, isn't it? So we should obviously someone's going to be disappointed, but no, should be all good.
It's a good problem to have, I'm sure. It's better than the opposite.
Especially in club cricket, mate. Numbers are not great sometimes, and it's hard to conjure up a 11. So to have that issue was quite good.
Mate, you touched on it before. There has been obviously some pretty average weather around for the last week or so, and the forecast is not looking terrific heading into the weekend. What's Bledisloe look like? It's been a little while since we've seen much game action there. What can we expect from the track, and how do you approach weather potentially being a bit of a factor as well?
Yeah, I think the pitch was pretty dry. The whole field was pretty dry actually. The last time we were there. And obviously, there's a bit of construction zone at one end, and the boundary's about 40 metres. So some people might need to get some side inductions, I think, because there'll be a few balls going in there, I think. But I think a big key will be that we find probably the spinners on that track. It does seem to turn a bit sometimes. It's pretty dry, and it'll be pretty flat, I think. So batsmen might be able to have a good day out.
That's certainly an advantage for you guys, presumably on paper, when you think of what you and Kurt have been able to do together. You obviously bowl well in tandem. You bowl well on those sorts of services. So, advantage you. What do you think you have to do when you look at your opponents, Karaka? What do you sort of have to do to keep them in check? They've obviously got a handful of really, really good players. Is it a case of trying to keep them as quiet as possible? And if you can do that, you're sort of halfway through halfway to achieving your goals.
Yeah, they got a good squad. They do. They're a good squad on paper. They got some big names, and they got a lot of experience as well. And their batting lineup, obviously, they got Sam Barker and Luke Williamson have scored truckloads of runs over the last few years, and we'll pinpoint a lot on them. I'm guessing. Try to stop them. It's a big key, I think. And then they've also got the likes of Schofield and Hayden Wark and all the locals. So it's going to be a challenge, but I'm sure if we just stick to our game plan and the boys go through the processes and do what we do best, is we should hopefully come out with the Duthie Cup. Hopefully, that's the plan anyway.
And just to finish, mate, Anton Devcic, obviously first season at the helm as coach of the side. How much of an impact is he having on you guys as individuals? And have you started to notice some of the little things that he's introduced to the mix?
Yeah, he's good. He's real good. Real key to the young fellas coming through, I think, to have that mentor there and someone to look up to. And he's gets a bit one-on-one with them and shows them the ropes, really, and helps them along the way. So the boys are reaping the benefits, I think. And we'll slowly see those come through in the coming seasons, hopefully.
All right, mate. Well, look, best of luck for the final on Saturday. Fingers crossed the weather plays its part, and we'll look forward to what should be a cracking game. Good luck.
Looking forward to it, mate. Thank you.